Okay, today we are doing something really brief, but in your assignment yesterday we did our mask layer and we had our animation synced up with some audio. So we had this typewriter sound effect, and I went through the video on this and we played it and it matches up for our names. The assignment that I've got for you, I've toned it back a little bit. It was 10 inspirational quotes using 6 scenes or 10 scenes in the past, so now it's 5 inspirational quotes and using 6 scenes. So what are scenes? It is easy. This isn't going to take very long. I'm just going to create a default one here. Okay, so I've got this background. Okay, so I've got this background. I'll lock it, create a new layer. Grab the text tool and make this black. Okay, I'm going to call this scene 1. Just to recap, to align, we go to our align panel, checked off align to stage, center align for vertical and horizontal. So we've got scene 1. So right now this is my timeline. And I might go to frame 72, click and drag to highlight, F5. This scene is 3 seconds. So I could go and add 2 more layers. Remember to name all of your layers. So I could add a couple more layers and then make this timeline really long. I could have whatever's happening in this scene, a ball bouncing down the street. I'm going to go to window, and I'm going to add this one, this panel. So it's kind of floating right now. If I want to dock this, remember I pull it over till it highlights in blue. So we've got scene 1. Now down here I've got, it looks like a same icon for add a layer. So this is add a scene. Now my timeline disappeared. Right here it says scene 2. I'll go to grab this. Let's change this quickly. Now, if I extend my timeline on the first layer, if I create a new layer, now that new layer is the same length as the previous one. I'm going to highlight this because I don't want to type it out each time, Control C, and then I'm going to go back to scene 1. Actually, no, I'll just go, I'm already on the same scene 2. I'm typing that in green, so I'll just highlight, switch to black, align. Now I'm going to go to scene, so I've got scene 1, scene 2, same thing. So I'm just doing this quick so we can move on. So I could type this out every single time. I could go back to my other scene and copy this. Okay, the contrast on this isn't great. I'm going to double click on this. Make it easier to read. So I go back to my scenes and I can go scene 1, 2, 3. If I play this, scene 1 plays for 3 seconds, scene 2, 3 seconds, scene 3, 3 seconds, and then it repeats. So that's all we're doing. So you're going to have each of your quotes. So to find your quotes, the instructions are here. You can go to Google. You can just find 3 inspirational quotes. If you want to find, if you want to do song lyrics, you can do that. If you want to do just jokes, you can do that. But we are going to reveal each word. So don't do like we did with the typewriter. We did 1 letter as it was typing out. For this one, we're not going to use the typewriter sound because that would take like 2 weeks to get all this done. So we're not going to use the typewriter sound. You can add your own sounds in there. I'll add some links to sites where you can get some free music soon. Maybe I'll add that later in class today. But don't worry about the sound right now. You just want to have your each word in your inspirational quote showing up 1 word at a time, and you want to make your scene long enough so someone has a chance to read it. Okay, so it should reveal 1 word at a time, but it can't be so fast that someone can't read it. So what you need to remember is once you get to the last word, you're going to have to leave a little bit of time for people to read the entire thing. So I can't tell you how long it's going to take because it depends on the quotes that you choose. The longer the quote, the more time you need in that scene. So you're going to have 6 scenes because the first one is going to be your title. So it's just going to be my inspirational quotes by and then your name. And then have each of these scenes. Right now, don't worry about having an image in the background. Let's just have the quotes show up, and we're going to use the same thing. So you're using the mask tool. So if I was going back to scene 1, I was going to do that here. Create a new layer. For now, just use bright green for your mask, so it looks like a green screen. So mask, scene 1, just make that a mask. So now I can't see the previous one. So right here, I'm going to go with F6, and then I just move it over. I'll have it happen at 1 second, 2 seconds, F6. Okay, I'll show you something cool. I could right click, I could copy this layer, I could go to scene 2, right click, paste layer. Now, right now it's not affecting this one, I just have to click and drag it underneath. Now it's indented there. Because my text is in the same spots, scene 3, right click, paste layers, same thing, I just click and drag that so it's underneath. So now this is like the parent and the child layers. When it's indented like that, it means it's being affected by the layer above it. Control Enter. So now I've got scene 1, scene 2, scene 3. Now this, instead of saying scene 1, scene 2, scene 3, you're going to have all of your quote words appear one at a time. It doesn't have to be 1 second apart, it could be a half second, but at the end you got to give at least a second or two for someone to just read the entire thing. Okay? So I'll have, don't worry about the action script right now. I'll show you that tomorrow. Again, that one's really quick, and that's it for today.